Record. Okay, so this is the Linux 3. Okay, currently it's power off state. Let me start the mission. Click on start. The mission is going to start. Once complete started, you can log into virtual machine or Linux server using a root user. The root is the default super user in Linux. So password, when you install Oracle Linux, we provide password. The same password you have to. So you can see this is the Linux installation. We already completed. So Linux installation with automatic partition, we completed the first one. So means the partitions will be created by system itself. We are not created. So if you want to create our own partitions, we have to follow with the custom partition method. Yes, we'll see. Okay, so after 2-3 sessions, after commands completed, yeah, we'll see this custom partition method. So in Linux, there is a super user or admin user. What is the super user, admin user? Root. The password will be yes. While installation Oracle Linux operating system, the password we provided the password. The same password we have to use. So this is how to log in Linux server. What is the super user? Root only. So what are the client tools? Yesterday we discussed. What are the client tools we are using? Putty or mobile extra. So because the servers are there in the client place, we are working from different locations. So if you want to connect any Linux server remotely or locally, yes, you have to use either Putty or mobile extra. Second one is WinSCP. WinSCP, it's a file transfer tool. If you want to, it's a file transfer tool. So if you want to copy the file from local system Windows server to Linux server, you have to use WinSCP tool. So RDP remote desktop. Okay. So if you want to suppose the server is Windows server. So as of now, here in this Linux installed, Linux operating system installed. Let me log in here. You can see not listed. Root user, enter password, Oracle. So this is how you can log into this Linux virtual machine. Once we log in, yes, we have to take the IP address. The network is connected. Okay. So how to where we can type these all the commands. This Linux is a command based operating system. So there is a terminal we have to open. Where you can see terminal in the desktop, right click. There you can see. So there is a activities and the activities there is a terminal. Click on terminal. So the terminal will be open. So there, yes. So to know the IP address, each server there is a IP address assigned. So to connect from Putty or WinSCP or RDP, we have to know IP address of the server. To know the IP address, we have to give the command if config. Can say. So there is a command if config is the command to know the IP address. What is the IP address of the server? 192.168.0.152. Suppose we are assuming in this server, Windows OS installed. If it is Windows server, this Linux installed, we can say Linux server. If you want to install Windows operating system, Windows 10, Windows 11, so that we can say Windows server. If you want to connect to Windows server remotely, we have to use RDP, remote desktop. You can say this is the RDP, remote desktop connection. So how to connect from RDP? Yes. So this is the IP address. So if it is Windows server, we have to provide the IP address like this. Then click on connect. Then after it's asking to username password. You can see it's trying to connect this IP address. If the IP with that IP address server, if it is up and running, it's trying to connect. If it is shut down, it's not able to connect. You can say initiating a remote connection. So the remote connection it's failed because the server doesn't it's not up and running. So like this we can connect a RDP using RDP. If it is Windows server in real time, definitely there is a few servers are there which was running with Windows operating system. So those servers we have to connect via RDP only. For all Linux servers, how to connect remotely using either PuTTY or mobile extern. For file transfer, WinSCP tool we have to use. For Windows servers, how to connect using RDP, remote desktop connection. You have to provide the IP address of the Windows server IP address. Then click on connect. Then after it's asking to username and password. You can say this is the username. Here you can provide the username. After it asks password. This is the IP address of the. That's how we are connecting using RDP. Okay, these are the client tools which we are using for Linux systems, for Windows systems, for file transfer. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, so to connect any Linux server, Windows server using any one of the tool, what we required, what are the details we required? Hostname or IP address. Either hostname or IP address we required. That's it. Username. What is the username for Linux? What is the default user? What is the super user? Root. What is the password? Here, password will be Oracle. We given the same password while installation Oracle. In real time, the who installed this Linux operating system, Linux admin only, not DBA. This Linux operating system, who taken care this Linux installation, Linux admin only real time. So you are a DBA, you require a database server credential. You need to log into database server. You have to raise a request. This is the database server. If you raise a request to access this database server, Linux admin team, they have to create a user. They have to create a user in the database server for yours. Yes, they provide the username and password and IP address. Whatever the credential they shared with you, yes, we have to use the same IP address, same username, same password. We never log in with the root user in real time. Mostly, we never log in with the root user. If it is a live server, we never log in with the root user. We can get the sudo access. Means whatever the root, instead of root, we can log in with the sudo access. Okay, that's part how we log in real time. Okay, so when you log in with the Linux server, let me take the IP address. This is the IP address 0.152. Let me open PuTTY. Let me connect. Okay, so yes, root Oracle. So yes, let me clear the screen. Yeah, host name CTL. I want to change the host name. Set the host name linux3.oracle.com. Can see host name CTL set. Yeah, can see. So yes, I change the host name. Let me take the duplicate session. Root Oracle. Yeah. So I change the host name. So how to change the host name? Host name CTL set hyphen host name space the host name. So yeah, when you log into Linux server, I connect the Linux server remotely using PuTTY software. So to connect to log in using PuTTY software, what we required? We required IP address, we required username, we required password. What is the IP address here? I use 192.168.0.152. What is the username I use? Root user. What is the password I use? Oracle. The same password. But here this is the local system. Since we only installed this is the local system, we use root. In real time, who provide credential, username, password? Linux admin only. They have to create username, password. They will share each and every employee. They have their own username. So that user who created that user, Linux admin only. The password, yes, password also they set it. They share this is the username, this is the password, these are the server details, server IP address. Once we get the details, we can log into via PuTTY or mobile external, whatever. Okay. So yes, we already discussed with this one. So currently, currently which user will log in? Which user will log in currently? Root user. How you can say root user? So here the username will be displayed here. Here by seeing this symbol, we can say Currently we log in with the root user only. So when in the Linux system, wherever you see this hash symbol, that means that moment if you log in with the root user only. Wherever you see hash symbol means, so you log in with the root user only. So and also here you can see the username, root username. When you log in with the root user, that time only hash will be displayed. Okay. So this is the host name. This is the host name. Host shortcut name. Linux 3. So what is this? This is tilde. Tilde indicates current user home directory. Tilde. This symbol is tilde. Tilde means current user home directory. So here what is the current user? Root user. What is the root user home directory? Slash root. What is the root home directory? Slash root. Okay. That is about the entire this line description. Okay. So let me go to the commands one by one. Okay. So yes, the root is the login username, Linux 3 host name, current user home directory tilde symbol, hash indicates currently login with the root user. Clear? Any queries from anyone? Okay. So next. So other than root user, if you see dollar symbol instead of hash, that means login with the other than root user. Some user they use not root user. That time you can see dollar symbol. Okay. So let's say the all the commands one by one. So yeah, I want to know how long the system is up and running. How long the system is up and running. So using uptime. So how long the system is running plus load average. What is the load average in this system? You can use the command. What is the command? Uptime. You can see here. So let me give uptime. It gives the how long the system is up and running. What is the load average? Let me, yeah. So just uptime. You can see this is the current timestamp. You can see. So this is the current time. It's a 24 hours format. The system is there. So what is the current time? 21:58. This is the current timestamp up for 11 minutes. The system is running from 11 minutes only before the class. Just when you class started the class, that time I started the mission. Yes or no? So the system is running from 11 minutes. So three users are connected. One is the root user, other two is the default users. Internal some users are there. So what is the load average? Below 1% only. What is the load average? Below 1% only. So what is the purpose of this uptime command? It gives the current timestamp as well as it gives the how long the system is up and running and also load average. So to know whenever you want to know how long the system is up and running, what is the load average, what command we have to use? You can use uptime command. Now you can say 13 minutes. So suppose after 1 hour if you see this uptime command means the system is running for 1 hour. So whenever you want to find these details, you have to use uptime command. It gives the how long the system is running and what is the current timestamp and what is the load average. What is the load average? Okay. So these commands are fixed only. You have to write a notebook. You have to practice 3-4 times. You have to read these 3-4 times. Okay. Next, host name. How to find the host name? Each server there is assigned one host name on IP address. To know the IP address, what is the command? If config. To know the IP address, what is the command? If config. You can go any Linux system. These commands are fixed only. That's why it's very easy. DBA course to learn. It's very easy. Doing the job also it's very easy because the commands are same. The work is same. Repeated work. So this is the IP address. So what is this? This is the network card, Ethernet card. Each server, there is one Ethernet card should be configured default. If you want to configure more than one card, yes, we can configure. That is required for Oracle rack configuration. In normal, whenever you want to Oracle database rack database configure, that time we require a network card, two network card or Ethernet card. As of now, each server there is one card is configured defaultly. Yes, the network card IP address. This is the IP address. Clear? To know the IP address, this is the to find IP address. This is the command. Okay. So to find the host name, how to find the host name? Just give host name. That's it. Host name. You can see what is the host name? linux3.oracle.com. To find the host name, type host name. That's it. To know the IP address, type if config. So if you need something, you have to give something. You have to give the command. Then only whatever you require, you get it. So here I required host name. Yes, you need to enter the host name. Enter. Yes, this is the host name. linux3.oracle.com. Okay, this is the host full name. This is the host full. What is the host full name means? linux3.oracle.com. So here this is the domain. People call it as this is the domain oracle.com, ibm.com, techmahindra.com. That is the domain. So the entire full name, host full name means this is the entire full name. So this is the host shortcut name. Without domain, what is the host name? Linux 3. That's it. The fully qualified name means linux3.oracle.com. Clear? Next. uname-a. There is a background process in Linux system. There is a kernel, the main background process. To know the latest kernel version, you can use uname-a. It gives the latest kernel version. uname-a. You can see this is the latest kernel version. Yes, 5.15. Okay, so kernel is the latest background process in Linux operating system. To know the kernel version, you can use uname-a. Next, date. I want to find the date. Just for date, it's a date and give the date. It gives the date and timestamp. You can see. So Monday, today Monday only, June 22nd. It's a US time zone. EDT means so it's a US time zone. That's why for US still it's Monday. Monday evening. 22 means so how much time for now? US 10 o'clock. Okay. So that is it gives the date. When you want to find the date, yes, give the date. Next. So if you want to find the calendar, you can use just cal. If you want to find the cal here, calendar. It gives the calendar, current month calendar, June month. What is the current month? June month. June month calendar. Next. So who login with? What is the current username? Who am I? It shows the show current logged user, current login username, current login username. Who am I? It gives the current login username only. Who am I? You can say who login with this current user, current system, root only. Who am I? It gives the currently which user you are login with this system, root only. Okay, that is the who am I. Means it gives the current username who login with this user. So ID, it gives the can say when you type ID, what information it gives? It gives the user ID, group ID, and groups. Let me type ID. Can say what is that? This is the UID means it's a user ID. User ID root. Currently login with the root user. GID means as group ID. What is the user ID? User ID 0. Username root. What is the group ID? 0. Group name root. Each user assigned with one ID. Here username root, user ID 0. The same user is assigned with a group, one group. Group name root. Group ID 0. These are the groups. 0 is the group ID, group name root. So like this, if you want to find the current user ID, current username, current group ID, current group name. The current user root is belongs to same group root. Group ID, same group ID, 0. Okay. Next. So disk and file system information. So in case of Windows, how to know how many partitions are there? Go to PC. It gives the partitions information, drives information, C drive, D drive, E drive. What is the C drive total capacity? 294 GB. Out of how much free? You can say space free 144 GB. Total size 294. It's a very easy in Windows. No need to give any command. So, but in case of same information I want to find in my Linux server, I want to know how many partitions are there, what is the total capacity. Then you can use df-h. df-h. Can see these are the file system information, partitions information in Linux server. Okay, these are the file system information. Okay, so in this I followed. In this OS I followed custom partition, that's why I can see user 1, user 2. In your case maybe you could not see this one. These all are you could not see. You can see only root file system. These all are default file systems. You can see in the notepad. You can see this is the, if in your case you can see the same thing. Root is the main file system. Root is the main file system. What is the total capacity root file system? 70 GB. What is the used 12 GB? Because OS we installed OS. OS it has 13 GB. So available 59 GB. Like this, /dev is the file system. What is the total capacity? 3.7 GB. That system is created. These all our system is created. We are not created file systems. Default automatic, when you install OS automatic partition, you can see the same information. Okay, so this is for in form of GB. The same information if you want to see in the megabytes, in the form of megabytes, you can use df-m. You can use df-m. So the same information if you want to say df-k, kilobytes. So okay, so if you want to find the file size, suppose you can say ls minus lrth, du minus sh star. It gives the each and every file size information, du minus sh star, each and every file size information. So pwd, where you are in present working directory, pwd, can say where I am inside the /root home directory. When you log in with the root user, default where you are in under root home directory, under /root only. So to know the present working directory means currently where you are in Linux server, currently where you are in under /root only. Okay, pwd, that is for present working directory. So ls minus lrt, to see the list of files or directories. In this location, if you want to see what are the files or directories are there, ls minus lrth. Can see how many files or directories are there. Currently I am in inside /root. Inside this location, these are the files and directories are there. So based on the color, we can identify which one is the file, which one is the directory. So whatever the white color, we can say files. You can say this is the file. This is also file. What are the blue color? These all are directories. Directories means folder. Inside the directory, we may have again files or directories. So based on the color, we can identify which one is the file, which one is the directory. Or in the starting letter, you can say in the starting each and every file directory. In the starting, there is a D is there. That is the directory. Hyphen is there. That is the file. Clear? In the starting here, there is no D. Hyphen is there. So this is the file. White color also same file. Starting, there is no D. That is the file. Here, D is there. This is the directory. And also color also blue color. If with the blue color, that is the directory. These all are D is their starting. You can say these all are D is their starting, means these all are directories. In Windows you can say folder, in Linux you can say directory. So this is also a file. These three directories, D is there. Clear? This is how you can identify which one is the file, which one is the directory. In Windows it's very easy. How to identify which one is the file, which one is the directory? These all are files. Here how many folders are there in this location? Yes. How many folders are there in this location? Hmm? How many folders are there in this? Hello? I am audible?
One bro.
One folder. So the folder name is, you can say type. This is the folder, right? The remaining all are files. What is the current location where I am in? And I am in C drive, users, Dell, desktop. This is the current path, PWD. Current location. This is the my current location. In this, there is a one folder is there. These all are files. The same way in Linux server. In Linux server. So to know to see the files and folders information. Folder means directory in Linux. So ls minus lrth. You can use this command. LRTH. Can see. Out of this, how many files are there? White color, those three files are there. The remaining all are directories. Okay? Okay. So yes. Okay. So to find which one is file or which one directory. Based on the color, you can say all are files. White color, all are files. Blue color, all are directories. Based on the starting letter of the each line. If the starting line hyphen is there, that is the file. If the D is there, that is the directory. Okay. Memory and CPU information. Free hyphen G. To know the memory and CPU information in this. Free hyphen G. Free hyphen G. What is the total memory assigned? 7 GB. Can say. RAM. How much RAM assigned for this system, Linux system? 7 GB assigned. Total 7 GB. Used 1 GB. Free 4 GB. Okay. Available 5 GB. So free hyphen G, it gives the RAM details, memory details in form of GB only. The same information if you want to see in the in the MB format. Yes, free hyphen M. M means in MB format. K means KB format. Okay. Free hyphen K. Can say kilobytes. So this is for 7 GB, it form of kilobytes. This is for megabytes. 7500 means 7 GB, 7.5 GB. Here 7 GB. So if you want to find the memory information in the form of GB, free hyphen G, MB format, KB format. Okay, that is how we can verify how much memory assigned for this. Okay. Next, free hyphen K. Next, CPU details. LS CPU. How many CPUs are there in this? LS CPU. You can see. So when you give the LS CPU command, it gives the more information. What is the architecture means? Is a 64-bit byte order, little endian, CPU 1 CPU attached, online CPU 0. So this okay. There is a CPU family, total 6. Model name Intel Core i5 10th generation, and CPU megahertz. Okay, hyperversion vendor. So these are all the details we can find out when you give the LS CPU, list CPU. It gives the mainly CPU information. Along with the CPU information, you can find easily what is the processor name, what is the which generation. These are all the details we can find it. Okay, next. Okay, next you can say. Okay, to find the CPU details. Okay, you can use LS CPU or NPROC also. It gives the only CPU information, only CPU. If you want to find more information, you can use LS CPU. SAR12. SAR12 can say CPU usage. So CPU usage you can say SAR 1 2. SAR 1 2 means every second I need two outputs. Can say every second I need two outputs. Here started 10, 16, 15 seconds. Then after every second means 15 seconds, 16 seconds. I give two details, two outputs. Based on two outputs, it gives the average. So total my system CPU is 96% ideal only. No one using, no users are connected, percentage user 0 only. To find the CPU details, if load average more, yes, we can find the CPU details immediately. SAR, suppose I need every 2 seconds, I need three outputs. SAR 2, 3 means 2 means every 2 seconds, I need three outputs. Let's see. You can say 12 after 14. You can say yes. First started 10, every 2 seconds means 12, every 2 seconds means 14. Based on 3, it gives the average details. Average my system is 94% ideal only, no one using. So this is how you can find the CP usage details. Clear? Any queries from anyone? So top command, it gives the more information. Top command. CPU details, when after type enter, top, enter, then control C. It will stop the. So you can see here you can more details. What is the load average? What is the current timestamp? It's up for 30 minutes. Load average, this is the load average. And how many? You can say CPU percentage, CPU usage. It's 1% usage only. Next, memory, total memory, how much free. Then here you can say percentage CPU 0.27 percentage only. Below 1% CPU only. Percentage memory also you can see. So which user? It's a root user. It's consuming 0.7 percentage, 3.2 memory percentage consuming. Like this, we can see which user consuming more CPU, which user consuming more percentage. What is the load average? How long the system is up and running? With the top command, it gives a more information. Clear? Any queries from anyone? Okay, so yeah, that's it today. Let me stop.